Welcome back to Bergisch. Still not sure if I'm saying that right. Anyway, we are on our way over to the horse paddock to sort those out. The sheep are done and we still need to sort the cows, so we will be doing that after this. If I can park so I can get out. Looks like they are okay for straw still. They really don't seem to be using very much straw. Just have a look food wise, so still okay for grass and horse silage. We need to do some hay, and I should have brought over some carrots because we now have lots of carrots. So I think what we will do instead is feed them a pallet of horse feed, which will cover the carrots that they need. So we need to bring some hay over as well. So we'll need to remember to do that next time. Will probably be wise. Why can't I pick those up? There we go. No. There we go. It would probably be wise for me to get some of the pallets that I can put the carrots in to bring them over, and then we can put some carrots and some bales on the trailer and bring those all over. But that should be, yes, going towards the carrots as well. And it also does the grass / horse silage, so they'll have to be short of hay for today. And that rhymed. Oh well. Sorry. So once we've got the horses and cows sorted, we will be heading back to the main farm. And yeah, once we've got the horses sorted, we'll head back to the main farm, get the cows sorted, and then we've got 2 fields to harvest. So we have canola and I think it's triticale, but I'm not certain. It's not triticale. It's spelt. I will harvest we'll collect the straw purely to sell, and that seemed to make us a nice little bit of income last time. And we've got a square baler now, so it should be a little bit easier, although they don't fit on the trailer as well, so maybe we'll use the round baler. Anyway, we're going to swath the straw and we will collect it with something. I think those are straw bales in the back. Yeah, those are straw bales. Is that part? Yes. Left the engine on though. Yeah. Excuse me 1 second. That's what happens when you use parked vehicle. So those are all sorted. They are making us about 6 grand a day. So I have the global company horse helper activated to do their exercise. But yeah, they're making us a nice little bit of income on the farm, which is good because we also need to buy a pressure washer and put in a toolbox into the workshop. So we'll head back to the farm. We'll get those few jobs sorted, get the cows sorted, and get into harvesting. It's really strange starting at this point in the year. It doesn't feel right, but in the same way it's quite different and interesting. But it's not too far back to the farm, it's just over there past the petrol station. So there is another cow farm down there, but I think it's a tiny one. I haven't ventured down to look, but there are some very small farms on this map. It's such a mixture, and each one's different. It's really cool. So what we don't have is any wood chip at the moment. I'm still messing about with getting the sawmill running the way I would like it. So we're not going to be able to add any wood chip to bed the cows in, but we'll just have to make do. We still need to do a run to the store for mineral, and maybe we'll pick up a couple of pallets of wood chip while we're there, just to keep us going until I get that working efficiently. We have some TMR. The cows also haven't eaten all of the bale that I dropped in here last time when we had some excess. Just open these doors up and get some water going for them. And I also still need to muck them out because it's quite a big pile that's growing there. We'll grab the bucket and we'll get them cleaned at least, and then we'll see if we have enough TMR left in the mixer to feed them for the day. If not, we'll mix up some more. We have another bucket here because I think one down. What we used last time, which I think is down in the bunker there, has some sugar beets in it. Wherever I left it. Oh, there it is. I think that's got some sugar beets in it still. We're going to have to be very unrealistic and just kind of push the bale out of the way with the bucket, I think. The disadvantage of this smaller bucket. It's what I brought this bucket for. It's that it doesn't quite reach all the way across. And that looks so long. I've got some more. I guess the other thing is the bale means we're not be able to drive through with the food mixer. We'll just look around. We've still got a pallet and a half of mineral. We need to put about 1,000, around 1,000 litres of mineral in. More like 900 litres of mineral in to get a good mix with how we have it set up in here. I keep thinking I can cut through there, and I can't. Feeling better today as well. If you've been watching the last few videos, I'm not struggling so much today to talk and have restrained coughing, which is nice because editing those was not fun. Let's leave the fort here. We'll run around and grab the mixer wagon. Hello, ladies. I do like the grass texture on here as well. Let's get in here. So like the last time, I will be going to a time lapse once I've got the I think once I've got the cows fed, I'll switch to a time lapse to get the harvesting and stuff done. In a lot of my animal focused videos, I don't show much of the animal work. I want to try and change that in this series. Just try and keep the scale of the farming such that I can still show some of the animal work that I do, because it's a big part of the series that I do, and yet I don't always show it. So how are the girls doing for feed? They should be okay with this actually. They're going to run out of wood chips fairly soon, but looks like we don't need to mix up any fresh TMR for them. Probably not ultra realistic feeding them day-old TMR either. Park this back up under the cover. We'll actually leave those doors open, so it's a nice day for cows, so let them get a bit of ventilation through the shed. They can't get through to the feed alley anyway. I think we're good there. Let's put in the pressure washer and the workshop, and then we'll get the harvester out. It costs a little bit more, but I want to use, if I can find it, this big carcher. We're going to put it by this barn. In here. So that's there, and then 1 second. So my dogs were being annoying, and that was the easiest way to switch the microphone off, was to stop the recording. Let's try and find the tool shed now. This is all the stuff that comes with the modular BGA pack, which I think is used to build up the couple of BGAs that are on here. And then I want to see if I can actually fit this. I don't know whether I should put it in the workshop, because we're not going to get a combine in there, are we? I think we'll put it to the side of the workshop in the grass there, and then we can make use of it. Something else that I'm interested in installing on the farm, because we're doing the whole organic, is when we can afford it, this wind turbine and probably some beehives to thinking about FS22 and how bees are going to help with crop germination. We'll put some of those in as well, and they'll bring us in a little bit of cash. Right, combine. We'll get the combine out and to the field, and then we'll time lapse. I think my dog is still being annoying. One of my dogs. So we have 4 dogs here. 2 greyhounds and 2 collies, which I think I probably said. The 2 greyhounds are ex-racing rescue hounds, and one of the collies is a rescue dog as well. It's a failed farm dog. I think they wanted to use him as a sheepdog, but he has the attention span of a goldfish, which obviously isn't much good when you want a dog to be working in a field all day. But as usual, when I'm recording videos, I'm in the house on my own for a little while at the moment, and the dogs are getting caught. They're fine. They are used to being on their own, and they aren't being left for that long. So I think we're going to drop the header off in this field 39, which we own. Probably have used the pickup to pull that out. I'll unfold the combine. And we'll get stuck into this canola field. Again, not fertilised or anything with precision farming or scanned, so we'll be doing that once we've got things harvested. But let's get going on this. So we'll jump into a time lapse now, because I think I'm at about the 10-minute point of chatting, which is what I'm aiming for. So hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I will catch you next time. Nowhere near 10 minutes. You were at 13 minutes. Get better at timekeeping. Yep, so we're harvesting the canola today. Little bit of in-cab work. But if we get around to harvesting the spelt field as well, and getting that harvested and the straw baled off of it. So I used to do notes for these commentary things, but I'm not anymore. I'm just kind of winging it, because I think it's a little bit better, a little bit more freestyle. As with all the other fields on here, not done any scanning or, wow, it was twitchy mouse work. Not done any scanning or fertilising or liming or anything, so probably going to get a fairly poor yield off of here. It's pretty much down to how good is the soil, which we don't know yet because we haven't scanned. So just trying to do a double headland at each end, so we don't have to do the long rows to get going. And then we'll set GPS up and off we go. So I'm recording this exactly 2 weeks before FS22 drops. Got my copy pre-ordered now. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that on a video before. Pre-ordered it last week from Game, because they have the exclusive pre-order UK content. I've never paid in a very long time 11 quid to have a video game delivered. I don't remember the last time I brought a physical copy of a video game. I'm hoping it comes with a digital download code, because my laptop doesn't even have a CD drive for a physical copy of a game. Stupid is that? It's like we're living in the freaking dark ages or something. That's enough of a rant. So I'm hoping it's due to turn up before midday on the 22nd. So no idea when it will actually turn up. I should be at home all day. And we're probably going to do something a bit different video-wise for 22. So if you're a regular viewer, you might want to ignore the first few FS22 videos, because they're going to be a bit clickbaity. just to try and get some views and subs and stuff like that. I need to play the game for a bit before I can get into doing some Let's Play stuff. Want to do some things on the animals, but obviously need to play the game for a bit to learn out how all the new things work. So yeah, there's going to be a few clickbaity tutorial style-ish videos, sort of. Anyway, full trailer of canola off of here. Really shouldn't have used this trailer to unload the canola because we can't tip it in the silo, so take the little side trip trailer over the farm tech to get the last of it. Not a bad yield off of there, 26,000 litres, pretty happy, 27,000 litres, pretty happy with that. Ignore the crash. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that yield off of there. It's going to give us a nice little payday come sell time. So yeah, now into the spell. We'll be dropping the straw, obviously. I'm going to sell it, so I don't know why I said obviously, because we've got on straw for the horses for next year already in the shed off of the very first barley field that we harvested. Not done so much straw selling before as I am on here. We do need to sort out wood chip at some point, so probably in the next episode or so I need to do some serious forestry and get that over to the sawmill so that we can build up a supply of wood chips for the cows, because we are pretty much out. Slightly better yield off here. I'm assuming that just means that it's got some good quality soil underneath it. Well, again, we'll start finding out in the next few episodes when I start scanning and prepping the fields for next year. We don't really have a lot of, we're going organic and we don't have a lot of organic fertilizer on hand. So we may find we have to wait to plant until spring so that we can get enough manure, slurry and digestate on the ground. I'm not sure how much slurry we've got actually, that'll probably be where we start. So we can get enough organic fertilizer on the ground to get a nice yield off of the crops, because we can't use solid or liquid fert on here. I'm sure I've mentioned that before, that I'm doing this organically. So yeah, that'll be a different. I had hoped to be doing compost on this map, but hadn't realised that it doesn't have compost on the version that's available at the moment, so that was a little bit frustrating. Yeah, so it's probably too late to add it in because we've started, and adding it in is going to change height types and things like that, which will just get messy, and I don't fancy restarting from to get back to where we are now. Pretty much done with this spelt harvest, reasonable amount off of here. As with all of the grains that we're harvesting, they are cash crops, so this will be sold like the canola when we get a peak price. I'm not sure. So in the crop rotation I'm doing, I've got some grains and things just to boost the root crops that we're focusing on here. But we're going to have a lot of product that we just sell, I guess, which is not a bad thing. We can use it to expand things. It's a very nice map that I would like to expand across. Annoyingly, that sheep field that I spoke about before is actually attached to one of the farms, so it's like €500,000. So it's probably out of the possibles for a little while. But what I do like is all of the grass fields are fenced, and a lot of ones we have the barbed wire fence with the little gate, so we could put basic pasture in there and expand our animal capacity quite nicely, I think, which we may end up doing. That pop-up that just came up keeps reappearing, and it's to say that one of the outputs of the sawmill was full, and it gets a bit annoying. So before we bale the straw, I think I'm going to head over to the sawmill and clear that off. Just get the combine packed up. Need to give it a good wash as well. Thankfully we brought a pressure washer. Do really like this combine, really nice bit of kit. We'll just tip the last of this spell into the silo. I also really like this little fen. I use it way more than I expected to. I do like little fen tractors. So we've got 30,000 litres off of there, which is a nice bonus. Yes, so over at the sawmill, we need to move these into the pallet making factory. I had a big bag lifter delivered over just because it's easier to manoeuvre a lot of this stuff around. It doesn't work well on pallet forks, particularly the beams you can see coming we'll get all that emptied. We'll get the few beams that we've got put into the beam factory. You see the empty pallets coming there, or boards. Yeah, boards. They produce wrapped boards. You can see a pallet of them just there. Again, we need to do an episode sorting out up here, really. And the pallet forks kind of got stuck, which is really annoying. I've had it a few times on this map with pallet forks and bale spikes getting stuck. So into the baler. One of the things I love about this baler is somehow with Straw Harvest add-on, it has a live bale counter on the screen. So it's really nice for keeping track of how many bales you've made. You can reset it. I can't remember which key it is reset it, but it's in the menu. If you go into the menu and scroll down, there's a key for resetting the bale counter. So you get a bale counter since reset and a lifetime bale counter, which will be quite cool. Useful for people like me who record in multiple stints, so I don't always bale a field in one go, so it's hard to know how many bales you've got for field. This Deutz is way overkill for this baler, but it's such a nice tractor. But once we've finished baling these, we're going to head over to the store and get a bale trailer for the square bales. That other bale trailer I've got doesn't take many square bales. The one I end up buying isn't much better, but it's handy having another trailer. I think we could probably use it for stuff from the sawmill as well, so that's the plan. So yep, up at the store now, looking at this, looking at a few options, but go for the Bergisch, I think it's a French bale trailer, which is out on Mod Hub recently. 12,000 euros, so not too expensive. Not too huge either, because most of the time we probably won't have the 9 series on this job. Got the big for this farm Fendt over here to do bale loading. It can just reach a bit higher than the Ford, and we probably want to go more than too high on here. So need to get a better bale spike at some point as well. Probably one of the couple that I use all of the time to do this kind of job. I do like the idea of the stacker from the Quadro baler pack as well, or maybe the 4 stack that's base game, which are stacks of 3, which would probably be perfect on here actually. So we may look at picking one of those up before next harvest season, because this is the last field we had that was ready to harvest from where the farm was when we started off. So it looks like we're going to get 6, 9, maybe 12, maybe 18 bales on here fully loaded. It's very strange not having an auto load trailer or a bale stack auto, you know, one of the, like the Arcusin or the ones from the Anderson DLC, the bale stackers. Just tidying it up a little bit, and then we'll stick a couple more bales on top. I think I was just quickly counting how many were in the field, so we can split the load roughly in half. And then we'll take these down to the sell point. Next video we're going to be doing some silage. We're going to be mowing all of our grass fields to silage to put into the BGA later on, so we get some digestate for part of our fertilising for the organic farming thingy. Same bale sell point as last time. Just loading up the last few now. We'll get these to the store to sell. And that'll be it. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you're not already and you're still watching, subscribe, and we'll just see what we're going to make from this last load of bales. So we got 12.5 grand from selling the bales, and we spent about that, so we lost a couple of grand today, but no biggie. Catch you next time.